the time to listen to this recording, and that you're doing so in the right way for you at this moment. Please enjoy.
If I say the word beauty to you, what does it conjure up?
When I think of the word beauty, I think of how society views beauty, and that conjures up so many different elements. For example, how somebody perceives you. So you think of yourself as beautiful by putting on your makeup every day, or doing your hair, or getting ready. Those things are counted as beautiful. But also, beauty for me lies within who you are as a person. So it lies within yourself and your beliefs and your morals and that's classed as beauty for me. I think beauty can make somebody change their appearance to how society views beauty. So having the right clothes, or looking a specific way, having the right body type, that's also classed as a symbol of beauty. I think beauty is not just one thing. There's so many different things that beauty is.
You said there about the pressures that society put on for people to, I don't know, is conform the word?
Yeah, conform, definitely.
Yeah.
Like I'm as well to this. I would change what I was wearing that day if my friends or they were wearing something else. I would you would ask if, oh, what are you wearing tonight? Oh, what are you wearing? Oh, well, I'm not going to wear this because you're wearing that. You would change yourself, even though technically society is more accepting now. But if you go back 10, 20, 30 years, it wasn't accepting. And you would have to look well, not have to, but you'd be more expected to look a certain way. And even going back to 50s, 60s, 70s and looking at those specific eras, beauty is who was seen at the right places.
I think when you go back to those decades as well, beauty has a different meaning for each decade.
Oh, yeah, 100%. If you go back to the 50s, for instance, beauty is going to dances, wearing specific outfits. But also going back to, say, the 70s, beauty is pop colour. It's vibrant, it's loud, and then our era, beauty is the trend, staying on trend, being fashionable, knowing what is fashionable. Exactly.
Yeah. With somebody else, we even talked about eyebrows. And if we just look at the decades that you've mentioned,
100%.
They've changed so much. Just the expectations of how a body part is meant to be.
Yeah, I mean, eyebrows, hairstyles, things as simple as your lips. You know, like more. If you look at like the 90s, it would be the thin lip. If you look at now, it's your overline in your lip. It's just simple things like that. Like if you look at the 50s and the 60s, a red lip was popular. The 80s and 90s, more colour came into the lips, so you'd bring the oranges or the yellows or the vibrantness of it. So yeah, simple things like that is classed as beauty and classed as what is acceptable within society.
I think that is I think there's more than just that visual side that comes with these perceptions, or
I think when you start thinking about beauty, I think the visual's one of the aspects. But then I think if you delve a little bit deeper, you see that beauty is also the personality. You can say somebody's beautiful just by their personality, how they're feeling. They have a beautiful personality. That would be classed as something somebody would say. Beauty is how you perceive yourself as well. So a lot more accepting within our society now is beauty is also how you feel, how you look in the mirror, how you judge yourself. It's beauty makes you question how you look on the outside, but it also makes you question how you look on the inside.
allows for a lot more of like self-reflection.
Yeah, definitely. I think somebody who, I mean, it makes you question your self-esteem as well, because if you don't feel beautiful on the outside, a lot of people don't feel beautiful on the inside, and it makes them judge and change. And that's how beauty changes from, they'll change their face, or they'll change part of their body, they'll have plastic surgery, or they'll want to work out, or want to have that specific body type, because that's what they see as beautiful, because the magazines are publishing models and this is what's classed, this is what we see beauty as, this is how we view it as.
Yeah, you said there obviously that like if people feel that they don't look right on the outside, they have trouble feeling beautiful on the inside. I wonder if there's any way of flipping it to say if we can feel beautiful first on the inside, I wonder if we're less likely to focus on what's on the outside.
Oh, definitely. If we feel beautiful on the inside, I don't worry about what's on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm feeling that day, that week, that month, whatever, if I'm feeling beautiful today, it's not about my looks, my appearance, it's about how I'm feeling. It's about my feelings. So it's about what's inside. But a lot of the times, unfortunately, it's not about, it's usually the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually, you see, it's usually about the outside, then it's working your way in.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, and it's
Yeah.
just one of those things which, as an it's more about individual. So it's more, as even though it's a whole society and it's a whole world out there, it's about thinking about and as an individual, and because we're individual, we're not all going to look the same.
No.
We're not all going to have the same body parts, and unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't reflect on the inside what we want to show on the outside.
Yeah, and I think sometimes because of what society, and it would take society out of it, what the fashion is at that time, what the trend is. Some people are never going to be able to match that trend.
Oh, 100%. Like if you're larger in different places, you're not going to be able to, some people don't feel confident enough to wear the right top or the right pair of jeans, or things as simple as that. People aren't going to feel confident enough to wear them.
Mm-hmm.
So when looking at fashion and looking at trends, beauty is judged.
Yeah. But
you
we're
judged.
almost, yeah, it's like these designers and these shops tell us what's beautiful.
You go into a shop, you see the clothes, you think, oh well, that's what I should be wearing, because that's what they're showing me. That's what they're producing. That's the type of clothes they're producing. So if that's the type of clothes they're producing, that must be on trend at the moment. So that must be the type of clothes that I should be wearing. And it kind of confuses people's ideas of what beauty is and what it should be and what it actually is.
You should just be able to wear what you want. And it would be nice if it was like that.
It would be amazing if you were able to put on a pair of jeans or put on a pair of clothes and not feel like people are judging you because of what you're wearing. For instance, if you were walking down the street and you see someone in all black, tattoos right up to here, piercings everywhere, they're instantly judged because of their clothing. And they're instantly, and even though they may say, oh, well, I feel beautiful because this is me, society's view on beauty changes. So one thing could be beautiful one month, might not necessarily be classed as beauty the next.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. Peer pressure, social media, especially the newer generations like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, they have such a high, because it's so easily accessible, we can access them so easily these days that it's becoming an idea of you have to fit into what these people are showing on their Instagrams because of how many followers they have or how many likes they have on this photo. And people get confused about trying to keep up that momentum of this is how I'm supposed to look and this is how I'm supposed to dress and this is how I'm supposed to be because of these social outlets. If we look back 20, 30 years, Instagram, Facebook wasn't a thing. We seen beauty on magazines or newspapers or what celebrities were wearing. It was more about those rather than what everyday people were wearing, because you didn't see the everyday. You seen more of what's high profile people were wearing.
It's quite superficial, I feel. I don't know what you think. It's just quite on the surface.
Yeah, I think people, because we have such high social media outlets, I think people need to remember that these people probably are posting it for the same reason that you are. They're posting all these videos or these photos because they want to show their followers or people, their friends, family, that they are on trend as well.
It's a lot of pressure.
Oh, it's more pressure than it was 20 years ago to be in the public eye. I mean, 20 years ago, you didn't have Facebook, Twitter, you didn't have Instagram, you didn't have TikTok, you didn't have all these social media outlets. So the only time people would see your outfit is either in a newspaper, magazine, or on television. So there was you would have a little more freedom on your clothing to be able to walk around and not have to post a picture on Instagram that day or put something on your story. You could walk around your house and not have to worry about what you look like because you're not going anywhere. So you can have your hair messy, or you can just things like that. Like you could walk around in pajamas all day.
Yeah.
But in today's society, it's less accepting not to walk around in pajamas all day, but people will probably do their full face of makeup and still be in pajamas. It's that idea of you have to put makeup on and you have to put these clothes on, you have to put this on to be beautiful.
Yeah.
When in reality, you don't. Those who will find you beautiful on the inside are those who don't see you in makeup every day. who see what's classed as a no makeup face, clean face, who have seen you in pajamas that you've worn 2 days in a row, have seen you in
The ones who also on the night out have held your hair back while you've been sick in the toilets, and so I wonder if it's more about having the closer people around you.
It's definitely about the people around you, because if you're influenced by the people around you. So if the people around you are putting makeup on all day, every day, if they're putting these specific outfits on, if they're only caring about the picture that they're going to take that night, the best type of photos are those ones that aren't taken when you're just enjoying your night out. You're not worrying about, oh, I need a photo for Instagram, or I need a photo for Facebook, or I need a photo to remember that night out.
Yeah.
The memory.
Yeah, I think the photos always to show other people how good you, but also you felt.
Yeah.
You want to share that, and it doesn't always come back, I think, on yourself.
It doesn't always reflect what that night out meant.
Yeah.
So sometimes people will just post for the sake of posting because they were out that night. But that night could have been a really bad night, but no one else would know that because they've put a nice caption under it saying, best night ever.
Yeah, we can fake a lot.
Oh, beauty is, we definitely fake within our beauty standards. We definitely, looking at people fake their faces, they'll change lip fillers, or they'll get a nose job, or they'll
even contouring is not even permanent.
Something as simple as makeup can change your face entirely.
Yeah, and I only have half an eyebrow on each side.
Yeah.
So I used to fill in my eyebrows, but I can never get them to look right. So I've stopped filling them in now, when I just happily go around with half eyebrows.
Yeah, I think the idea of eyebrows is they are supposed to look like sisters, not like twins. They are, if you look at my sisters, we do not look anything alike. We look nothing alike. We are individual to our own. But when doing eyebrows, that's the idea. You look like the sisters, not twins.
Yeah.
So that they're not. The idea is they don't have to be identical.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is they don't have to be perfect.
Yeah, I'm shocked by how much you can just change your entire face shape with shading.
Mm-hmm. You can make your nose look thinner. You can hide blemishes. You can hide aspects of your face that you feel you don't want to share, which is as sad as that may sound, it's the truth. People make their nose thinner, or they'll make their cheeks higher, they'll stand out more, sharper jawline, so that they don't look like they've got any rolls or anything. Just as simple things as that, like one tool can change how you look. Which is scary, because if you're on a date, for instance, and you've done that, so you've got the chisel jaw, you've got all that, what happens when you take your makeup off?
Mm-hmm.
After the night out, what happens when you take that makeup off?
You take the makeup off.
Is that person going to see you as beautiful the same way that when you had the makeup on?
The makeup comes off, the Spanx come off.
Yeah.
The padded bra.
Yeah, the padded bra.
The contact lenses. The weave. All of that changes.
Yeah, the hair extensions come out, the fake eyelashes come off. Yeah, and then what happens?
Mhm.
Is that person gonna see you as beautiful without your makeup on? Because you've got a different, in the sense you haven't got a different face, but you have, because you've contoured it, or you've changed it, you've enhanced it, or you've
faked it.
faked it. You faked it.
I am honest in saying that I hardly wear makeup. Even when I go out, I hardly wear makeup. How much do you change with makeup?
Yeah.
So we've been talking about how people do this. Do you fake it with your makeup, or do you just enhance?
I think I just enhance. I don't think I think people, if I took my makeup off, people would still recognize that it's me. But I think I do have fake elements within it. So I do every now and again put on the fake eyelashes. Or I do bronze myself up, so I'm more colour in my face than I normally have. I think, like, and then hiding blemishes. So definitely, if I've had a breakout that day, I'm hiding that. I'm not showing that to anyone. It's gone. It's not getting. Yeah, it's hiding it. It's faking it. So I think just little things like that. I think people who, I know I have friends as well who, if they've had really bad acne as grown up and they've had scars from that, they'll put a tinted moisturizer on to hide that. With that, they won't go out without some form of product on their face. So yes, I definitely feel people definitely hide more with makeup. They definitely fake it.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I do as much as what other people do. Oh yeah, I mean, makeup's a massive part of beauty. If you look at over the last 50, 60 years, makeup highlighted that specific era.
Yeah.
I mean, the 50s, 60s, you had the red lip that was really popular because of celebrities like Marilyn Monroe. You had the 60s, 70s was more, you added a bit of pop of colour, just a little bit, not too much.
It was very natural, wasn't it?
It was very natural.
Very natural, yeah.
The 80s.
80s forgot how to blend.
The pink cheeks, you couldn't, because of Madonna. So you had the pink cheeks, you had the bright eyeshadow. Yes, I've looked back on many photos, and what were you wearing?
I was there.
That was the fashion at that was what that era was. You look at the 90s, and it was about the eyeliner. So the eyeliner became really popular in the 90s.
Didn't the eyebrow become really skinny in the 90s?
Really skinny. The 90s was a really skinny eyebrow, like it was barely there. And people would change that, they would pluck their eyebrows or shape them, whatever, so that they would have that really thin eyebrow.
And now, then we went through the stage of where there had to be the bigger and bolder the better.
Yeah, so the 2000s, it was bigger eyebrows, it was the pop of colour a little bit, it was definitely a lot of eyeliner.
Eyeliner stayed in every
definitely
decade.
Changed, because in the 80s the eyeliner had to be thicker. In the 60s it was so thin, it was barely there, but you could tell that there was a bit of eyeliner. in the 2000s, the wing, you'd have the
Oh.
winged eyeliner look. So it's been there, but it's definitely changed. It's like hairstyles as well, though.
Oh.
Like, I remember a quiff was popular 10 years ago. Simple things like that, a specific style of hair, so the way you did your hair. So like, a quiff was popular 10 years ago. What was popular in the 80s?
Mullet.
The
I had
mullet was popular.
The mullet, the back
And
combed.
the bigger the hair as well. So had to be big and poofy. That's the way that I look at it and see a picture. I think, wow, that's such a poofy hairstyle, because it was. The 70s, it was more of a slicked back hairstyle. It was more of that hippie era, so it was more flower. People would put flowers. There was more flowers in your hairs. It was kind of that kind of style of. So yeah, it definitely influenced beauty within society and within beauty standards as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this dialogue. If you would like any more information about the other podcasts, they're all available in the attachments from this podcast. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to any feedback that you may have about them. Thank you again so much.